Hello, I'm Jessica Hylands, Confidence Coach. Confidence in business. And business doesn't just have to mean commercial business, it could be in terms of being at an interview for a job, for example. Confidence is important in every area of our lives, but possibly more so in business because we don't get the chance to make a second first impression. Well, by definition, of course, we never get the chance to make a second first impression, but socially, if you do or say something that mars the other person's impression of you, you could engineer the opportunity to redeem yourself at a later date if you wanted to. The first impression that we give others, what will come across to them, either consciously or unconsciously, on both parts, will be largely based on what we think and feel about ourselves. So being confident within ourselves is vitally important. In business, whilst you may get the chance down the line to reintroduce yourself and try and rectify any negative first impression that you may have given, the chances are that the customer will have sourced your product or service elsewhere. The opportunity is gone, you've missed it. And the same with an interview situation. They've already given the job to someone else. Too late. Socially, we don't have so much invested in each other at an early stage. If we're introduced to someone and are left with the impression that they're unreliable or not very knowledgeable or maybe a bit dizzy, does it really matter? Does it affect us? They may not be someone that we would trust with our lives, but we might meet up with them again for a quick chat. They weren't that bad. And therefore giving them a second chance to change our first impression of them. In business, it's a little bit more critical. Your customer or client is investing in you in some shape or form. They may not be trusting you with their lives, but they may be trusting you with their business if you're a web designer, or their children's safety if they're sending them to you as a photographer, or at the very least they'll be trusting you with their hard-earned money. And this being the case, as customers, we're very much more aware and discerning and particular about who we do business with. And whether that's on a one-to-one basis when we're buying something for ourselves personally, or whether it's a business-to-business transaction in terms of a one-off transaction or an ongoing contract that we're trying to establish, or maybe taking on a consultant of some sort who you'll be working alongside. So how do we create a good first impression? In my opinion, confidence is the key to this. Getting yourself confident from the inside out reaps widespread benefits in every area of your life, including your ability to make a good first impression. And whilst our inner confidence, or otherwise, will shine through, it is possible to make some changes with the way that you present yourself so that you appear more confident. We need to come across as happy and confident within ourselves, with the product or service we're offering, and happy and confident and knowledgeable in the process of the potential transaction. So why is this? Why do we need to be confident? The reason is because others can sense how we're feeling. Whether they're consciously aware of it or not, they can pick up on it. They probably won't understand exactly what they're picking up on, but we'll be left with a feeling that something wasn't right. And not knowing exactly what wasn't right will probably make them steer clear of you, to be on the safe side. Again, not necessarily a fully conscious thing, but a gut feeling that they shouldn't go with you. Coming across as confident says that we're reliable, that we know what we're talking about and can be trusted. Our product or service has value. Coming across as lacking in confidence often says that we don't have the confidence in our product or service, so it's probably not very good. Or maybe even if we know the product is good, are we going to get a good service from this person? We're not worth it. We would expect it to be cheaper with this person than with the more confident one. Somehow the value isn't there. Very often our lack of confidence makes us hold back a bit or makes us sound uncertain about what we're saying. This can leave the potential customer with a negative feeling that they may not actually be able to put their finger on. Again, a gut feeling. And of course this is the same whether you're in a showroom selling a car, or at a networking meeting mingling around with people trying to get yourself known, or whether you're at a party and someone shows an interest in what you do for a living. The signs of someone being confident will be their stance, the tone and volume of their voice, their ability to answer questions and explain things, their ability to put us at ease, Conversely, someone who isn't very confident may keep looking at the floor or not be proactive in the conversation. They might seem to brush off the benefits of what they're trying to sell by not explaining them fully or enthusiastically. Make the other person do all of the work in the conversation. Which of these styles, the confident or less than confident, do you recognise in yourself or elements of? And which would you be more likely to want to deal with? The lesson here, I think, is that we do want to come across as confident. Ideally, we will have ensured that we're confident from the inside out, as this is the surefire way to go about it. But if not, there are some things that we can do to help us fake it, basically. So one is to smile, hold yourself upright and make a nice amount of eye contact. Not so intense that it unnerves them, but enough for them to know that you're fully focused and engaged on the conversation with them. Speak clearly and at a level that's easily heard by the other person. You should be the one doing the work in the conversation and not them. They shouldn't be struggling to hear. Try and cut out the ums and ahs, which tend to indicate that we're unsure of what we're saying. And know what you're talking about. Prepare. Think of the potential questions that people might ask you. If you don't, you'll lose all credibility, and it won't matter how confidently you do it, they won't trust you. All of these tips will apply whether we're trying to sell a product, promote our brand, promote ourselves within the workplace, or establish a good network of connections. Whatever it is we're trying to do, it will always be way more effective if we're feeling confident. I do hope that these tips and a view of the effect of our attitude and approach has been useful to you and something that you can perhaps give some thought to. The best way to appear confident, of course, and to make the best of your business and indeed any other opportunity in life is to actually be confident. This may mean clearing old issues or beliefs. You'd be surprised at what might be holding you back. Maybe you can't see a link between how you act now and your past, but one really is a reflection of the other. So if you'd like any further specific help with your business or with yourself, please do get in touch for a free chat when we can talk about it. It would be great to hear from you. So thanks for listening. Bye for now and hope to speak to you soon.